The 18th of June, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Motzi. Not obligate. I guess they fulfill each other's um,
Right, and this is also referring to the time in earlier times. They used to have one person lead the benching, and he would be once everybody in the benching. In our times, that's very rare. In general, most of our benching, everyone benches individually, but there's a mezuman, there's a beside Nivarech that we do that, but that's sort of a vestige of what was once done, that they would actually have one person lead the benching for everybody. But our one of the reasons being we don't do that is because our concentration is not so great these days. So it's
uh-huh.
hard to concentrate on all the, because the Muslims are very on bracha, and we need to concentrate on each and every word to be yotzi. So therefore, in general, we don't have such a case where a person would motzi people in Birkas Muslim.
Okay. And let's see. Uvishnayim ain't motziin echad et chavero el hatchila. And if there are only two, we don't um, I guess bless with each other.
Right, that's right. You need three for Mizuman, right? Two is not going to
Right.
be enough for Mizuman.
Aval b'birchat hamotzi, afilu hatchila lakol lahotzi v'shnayim echad et chavero. Okay, but concerning the blessing of the motzi, even initially they are able to uh, say the bless the two with two. One can say the blessing for his friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh, Okay, v'hatam the l'kaman reishim, and okay, so and the reason will be explained uh, below in Reish Yud Shin. Siman Kuf Sadi Daled, Mishna Berura in the Mishna Berura. Okay, very good. Now we go to 55. A sabo. Okay, so if they were reclining, Kain Hayad Archan Ba'achilan Derek Heva Lihiyot Matin Al Tzedehem Hasmolit Al Hamita. Okay, so I guess at one time they ate their way of eating. Derek Heva was fixed liot matin uh, on their left side on a bed.
Right. This is reminiscent of what we do on Leil Pesach. Leil Pesach, even though our current custom is not to do that, but reminiscent of this way of eating is what we do on when we eat matzah and drink the four kosses.
Hmm. Right. Okay, so im b'nei beito, with the head of the household, mishum nigrarim acharav, who may say, oh, because they follow uh, the head of the household.
Right. When it comes to the meal, right? So people usually follow the lead of the head of the household.
Okay, meet the kach, so meets trafim imo, they join with him, afila b'seva gereda. Okay, so we even um, what for sitting? B'seva gereda.
Right, right. since he's going to be leading, so even if they're simply sitting, that would also make them have they'll all join in for the sake of the fact that they're even if they're just sitting.
Okay. They keva, and they're, I guess, fixed down in their place. The alkena filu kol echad ochel mikikaro. And therefore, even each one eats his own, I guess, loaf, kikar, maybe, meets tarfim together.
They join it starting
They join.
together. Even if everyone's going to be eating from their own loaf, from their own roll, their own bread, they will start this in terms of the both the hamotzi and also in terms of the birchas hamazon at the end of the Suda.
Ah. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's see, nun chet, I guess that's part of this. Yafilu libnei chavura. Okay, and even for the members of the group. Let's see, Rotzilla more, that is to say, Sheino Bal Habayit in B'nei Beito, even if the Bal Habayit's not with the family. The deal, the who afilu bizman hagemora have a kahasiba, the canal. So even at the times of the Gemara, they would recline. Now, what's that? See below or something?
Yeah, let's take a look what he says over there.
Their canal is up, wherever.
The time to say that finish as we mentioned above. Yeah. Right.
Okay, and nun tet udidana filu. And even for us, Sariklo Mava Filu Ludidan, and must say, and even the Didan for us, I guess. Huh. Okay, Verotzelo more, that is to say, the Lotema Kevan Shahayeshiva Didan Have Bahaseba Didahu. Below Tema, that we wouldn't say.
Only shouldn't question.
Oh, question. They shouldn't question that since they're sitting, Baseba reclining, I guess together. Im kema kom. Delo be'ene hasiba ludedehu. If so, in place, below ba'e hasiba, there is no reclining.
Yeah, it could be like the way. See, in our time, we don't really do reclining. We don't recline in our time.
Oh, okay. Kigon shekavu makom lachilan. Since we have a constant, they have a constant place for their eating. The Hainu Amru, that they say, Nochal kan obemakom poloni. We'll eat here, or we can eat by someone else.
At the beginning of their meal, they're saying, "Well, we're gonna let's all decide to eat in this particular place." That's going to be a tavias. Very important. These halachas No, dependent on, there is a, what we call cavias, a fixed
Okay,
place.
I'm going
gathering.
to turn off the gas. I'm not doing it, I'm just saying something else.
Okay. Let's continue on.
So we by them. Okay, v'chein ba'al habayit im b'nei beito. And so if the head of the household is with the family, delid didhu lo tzarich hasiba. There's no need for leaning. Heve aminu dilididan lo tzarich afilu yeshiva.
We don't really, the way we eat, we don't even really need that you have you sitting together.
Oh, okay. Kamash Milan, lo yeshiva, lo mikre keva. Okay.
That's what you would think. You would think by us, you don't even have to sit, but no, the law is, even though that we normally don't recline, but we still have to at least sit.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
okay.
When
Um,
about, it should be on a
I
table.
I was sort of going back in time to
Hmm.
my conservative synagogue days.
Right.
But sometimes for Kiddush, we would sit, but not always. If it was like no bar or bat mitzvah that week, or that Friday or Shabbos day, they would have very small Kiddush, just some herring and kickle and wine.
Right.
So you'd be standing up.
Mm-hmm.
But that wouldn't require Birkat Hamazon. That's just a bracha achrona, which I guess you can also say standing.
Right. There you need that Kiddush Mamakim Suda should have at least mazonas or something like that with the wine.
Yeah, well, that's what the kickle, those like bow ties with sugar on the outside.
Oh yeah, yeah, remember those, huh? Mm-hmm.
I remember them. I haven't seen them for a long time, but
I remember them too. Oh yeah.
okay. So samik is b'shulchan echad at one table. Ein b'vei or halacha ma shekatavnu b'shem hagra. Okay, so I guess in the look at the Beyor Halacha, what is written in the name of the Gra?
Mm-hmm.
B'shulchan echad. Okay.
Okay, good. Let's we have time. Let's continue on in the macabre in the fifth cut and fifth good base.
You'd bet. Okay. You'd bet says, Im hayu roch. Oh, this is interesting. Im hayu rochvim v'amru nochal. So I guess some people are riding on animals and they say, let's eat. Afal pi shekol echad ochel mikikaro shelo yardu mebehemot. Okay, so even if each one eats his own piece, I guess, his own loaf, and they don't get down from the animals.
Right. So they're on the wagon train there, right?
Right.
And so they're riding in the animals. So you decide to eat, and no one's getting off the animal. They're not stopping. So what's the halacha?
Okay, so tarfin kevan she'amdu bimkom echad. So they join together since they stand in one place.
I guess they're not, I guess they're continuing to sit on the animals, but I guess they're not continuing to ride.
Right. Okay, they're just standing there. Okay. Aval im hayu ochlim v'hochim, but if they are eating and they are riding, I guess, or going on their way, lo. We don't.
They won't mitzvah. They won't mitzvah because there's no kavias. They're riding on their animals, and they're continuing on their journey.
Right.
So they didn't, since they didn't stop. You can't say there's a kavias.
Okay. V'im hayu ochlim b'sadeh mefuzarim u'meforadim. Okay, and if they're eating basadeh in the field, I guess.
Right.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Let's say you're on a camping trip, right?
Mhm.
On a hike. Let's say you're on a hike. Well, you come to a place, you want to stop and have lunch. So is it considered that you have a kavias or not? So if you're in a soda, the fuzar, and then they're all spread out in paradim and they're separate.
Okay, so they're spread out, okay, and separate. Afalkain she'ochlin kulam b'shar echad, but even though they're all of them are eating at one time, umikikar echad, from one loaf, kevan shelo kavu makom, since there's no I guess fixed place, the oklim mefuzarim einam mitztarfim, and they are eating spread out, but they are not joined, I guess.
Right. So Kevan Shalo Kavu Makom, since they didn't fix for a certain space, they didn't determine amongst themselves that we're gonna be eating by the willow tree or eating by the big rock. Right? Since they're all completely spread out and separate, even though they might be eating from one loaf of bread, that's not going to be considered they have a kavias. They have to actually go ahead and be kovei a certain spot. We'll see more about that. We'll get to that further on. How you accomplish that.
Okay, so now Yudalid, I shouldn't say Yudalid, Nun Dalid down below. It says Shnayim o Rabim. So if there are two or more, Nakat Lashon Zeh Mishum Birichat Hamazon Dina Hu Davka Bishlosha Mizumanim Yachad. Motziin, I guess, kol echad et chaveiro. Okay, so I guess what in this language, because the law for Birchad Hamazon Davka specifically with three, there's a mezuman together.
Right.
And motziim kol echad, and each one obligates himself to each other. Ushnayim ein motziin echad el chaveiro l'hatchila. But if there are only two, they don't, I guess, obligate themselves to each other initially. Aval birchat hamotzi afilu hatchila yachol lahotzi b'shnayim echad et chaveiro. Okay, so, but concerning the blessing of Hamotzi, even initially, they are able to, let's see, not bring out with two. Say to say, not to say the motzi with two for each other, no?
Yeah. Two people, for motzi, it's enough two. Like, because for mozon, you need three.
Okay, Vatam, or the Kaman ratio should. Okay, so it's going to be explained later. In ratio Shin, Simin Kufsadi Gimel in the Mishna Berura.
Well, all right, that's good. All right, maybe we'll hold it here. Thank you, ma'am. Very
Up to
good.
Hey. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good. Okay, Lou, have
Back, Mayor.
have a good
Yeah.
Mayor.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Mayor. Hope to see you both tomorrow, Mr. Shem.
Okay, sounds good. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.